All right. I'm going to get started until my beautiful friend joins me. So, how have you gone this last couple of days with the faculties that we covered in relation to your what you're wanting to transform? I just looked. Antoinette's on. Hello, darling. Awesome. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Have you got a journal and a pen with you? And what have you found this week, Antoinette? What are you discovering for yourself through this work? And I'm just going to let the beautiful Cliona in now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. Good evening, I should say.
Good evening. Good morning. What time is it over there?
It is 10:30 a.m. Wednesday morning.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
You look beautiful.
Sorry?
You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. And you do too, as always.
Thank you.
Now, I'm just on the device. I think I mentioned we had some technical difficulties this week, but it looks like everything's working. So, woohoo!
Nice.
Excellent.
We're all fancy with our technology.
Yes. And sometimes, you know what? I actually believe that when technology goes rife, it just means we need to upgrade in some way. So that's what's happened this week. And I'm going to take another step of upgrading tomorrow when it comes to our devices. So it's all good.
There you go.
Yeah. So Antoinette, can you just let me know if you can hear Cliona as well? And then we're going to keep going. I'm trusting you can. So Cliona, I wanted to say thank you so much, darling, for joining me again.
Yes. Thanks for having me. I love it.
We were blessed to have you last month when I ran the other event in April, which was an absolute success. And this week, I wanted to cover the higher faculties.
Ooh, okay.
Which are, a huge component to living a successful life. And I truly believe they should be taught in schools. But I wanted to just give the mic to you, though, because I know that there are many new people in this group since you last joined us. So I would love for you to share, for those watching today and this week, how you came about to working with the Proctor Gallagher Institute.
Sure. Okay. Well, thank you for having me. I've worked all day. It's about 8 or 9 p.m. over here, so I'm just finishing a long day. We are doing an event, and so let me just go back to the beginning of the journey. I have been friends with Chiara for many, many years, and I always say she's my soul sister. And I found the law of attraction and the law of vibration back in 2006 or 7 when I found The Secret. And I literally found it. It was on a movie, a disc, a DVD outside a bathroom, and it said Secret. Took the disc home, watched it over and over, and it just blew my mind. Everything changed from that moment on. And prior to finding that movie, I'm from Northern Ireland originally. So I moved to America for the American dream. I got to New York and things weren't going too great. I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have my green card at the time. And so, there were a lot of limitations back then. And then when I found The Secret, I found out, wow, so I create my world. I create my reality. What is this stuff, right? I can change my thoughts and change my feelings and change my actions. And so I just became obsessed, and I went on a very spiritual journey, studying everything I could get my hands on. The Secret, Bob Proctor, Eckhart Tolle, Wayne Dwyer, Deepak Chopra, you name it. I was reading and meditating and really asking the universe, like, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? And quickly I started manifesting money, Chiara. I started manifesting. And the first big manifestation I had was right after The Secret, when I manifested $27,000 in 3 tax return checks in one lump sum. So it was like, I think it was 9 years of tax returns all arrived in one go, just when I needed it, right? And so I took that money and then I started my business, and my business started growing and growing and growing. I got married, I had a child, the marriage didn't work out. So then I found myself, a single mom with a baby, and I was in search for what is next, what's going to happen. And me and Chiara reconnected then, and you really helped me a lot, Chiara, at that time in my life, and you brought me back to the work. I'm going to call it the work, right? And you brought me back to, because I had stopped studying the laws, and I had stopped being involved in personal development. I was still involved, but not as much so. But you really helped realign me and get back on track with these laws and studying again. And so anyways, I had a divorce. And then after that, I said, okay, I'm going to start manifesting again. I'm going to call out and ask for another love. And I remember in my mind, I planned out exactly what I wanted in a man. I said, this is what I want. I want tall, dark, and handsome. I want a man that loves children. And so I put my wish list, and I manifested him exactly to a T 6 months later. And I got remarried, had 2 babies back to back. And so when I had my last child, my son Gabriel, then I started asking the question again to the universe. I said, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? What is it that I'm supposed to be doing? And I sold all my shares in my business. I bought my big house. I was living the life, right? But I just felt the calling to do more. And I kept hearing, you need to serve. You need to serve. And I'm like, but I don't know what that means. Who do I serve, right? And then me and you reconnected. And I said, Chiara, do you want to start a business together?
Can I just interrupt you right there? Just hold that thought.
Yes.
Prior to you calling me and saying that, and it feels like yesterday.
Yes.
It was actually the beginning of 2019, first part of 2019. I had put out there that I wanted to serve more and get my work out there in the world, what I do out there into the world. And please bring to me the people or the person who I can partner with to do this. I had no conscious clue it was going to be you. And then you called me, and I'm listening to you on the phone, and I'm like, okay. So I just wanted to throw that in case I hadn't ever shared that with you, because I'm realizing as we share our story over time, there's more and more that comes to mind for me as a memory of how we pieced it together. So, okay, so the phone call happened. So please continue.
Yes. So yeah, we can always connect the dots looking back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got this idea. My baby was 6 months old. I had the calling to serve again, get out. I wanted to do business again. I've always been an entrepreneur. And so I called you, and I had this idea. I said, let's bring joy to the workplace, right? That was the goal, because the workplace was so filled with stress, and it just, my experience of the workplace wasn't great at the time. So I wanted us to bring joy to the workplace. and teach people how to live healthier and happier and be more productive at work. So we started a business together, and then I said, you know, we're missing something. We're missing a personal development program. We needed that real program, remember? And all of a sudden, who popped up on my phone? Bob Proctor.
And can I just say too, leading up to that moment, when the minute we came together, there was such alignment. Everything worked. Even registering our business name, you know, Joy in the Workplace. It was so easy. But you and I also spoke about how it felt more like it was to be joy in the world, and we couldn't register that name.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
And even my mother-in-law, when she visited New York, and she had never been privy to these conversations you and I have had, she actually said, you need to bring joy to the world.
Yes,
And
I remember that.
All this alignment. Remember, you met her and she said that, I think, to both of us. And
yes.
And everything just happened, boom, boom, boom. And then, yes, you mentioned Bob Proctor, and then I mentioned, you know, my affiliation with knowing about the work and doing his work over the years, and then we discovered the Proctor Gallagher Institute. Yes.
Yes. You remember that call? Our first call? It's amazing. Wow. It blows my mind how fast, right? In a couple of years, everything changed. So we thought we were buying a program.
It's exactly 2 years. It's
oh my God. May. Is it May?
It's May.
May 19th.
Okay, just give us a moment, guys. Just give us a moment.
Chiara, it was May 19th. Today's May 19th. Wow.
I think I'm going to.
Oh, wow. I know. Don't start me too. Wow.
So, okay. So this is really special.
Planned. Yeah.
This is alignment at its best. Anyone who's watching this, you have to know that you're in the right place of hearing this sharing that we're offering right now. And this is the kind of alignment that happens when you're on track. And Cliona and I experience this every time we come
together. It's quantum leap after quantum leap. It's in confirmation after confirmation. It was May 19th. We had the phone call.
Oh my gosh.
And it's May 19th in Australia right now, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is. Yes. Wow. Couldn't have. Amazing. So we got on the call. We called Proctor Gallagher Institute, and we thought we're going to buy a program. We're just going to buy a personal development program, and we're going to offer this to join the workplace.
And put some programs together for the workplace.
Yep. For the workplace. And then, boom, that was it. We enrolled as consultants. We went to training, and it's just, and now I'm a senior inner circle coach with Bob, and you're a PGI consultant, one of the best in the world, of course. And we're just we're doing what we love, and we're serving and we're serving and we're serving.
So I'm just remembering, Cliona. So any of you watching this who were part of the other event last month when Cliona came in, if you recall, the day before, I was telling you that Cliona was going to come in for this call. I might have said you were a special guest. I may not. No, I did say you were coming in because I had a birthday card here. One of Daniel's birthday cards was sitting here, and as you open the card, it plays Pharrell's I'm Happy.
Yes.
And it just went off on its own when I spoke to you. Now, the reason I'm sharing this is because that song, I'm Happy, is what Cliona and I lip synced together at the PGI training in September 2019.
Yes.
We lip synced to that song.
We should show them that video. Show them that video for fun later.
I will.
We were hilarious.
We
Yeah.
were the best on the night. I truly believe it. Yeah.
Yes, we were.
Most definitely. And we were first off the rank, or was it the second? Anyway, but the fact that that card went off when I was introducing you was phenomenal. So
Yes.
today, it's our anniversary of becoming Proctor Gallagher consultants.
Sultans. Wow.
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 Wow. Yeah. Okay.
So much has transformed in 2 years. Honestly, these 2 years for me is the biggest growth I've ever experienced in my life in probably 20. Easily.
Yeah.
And I've studied, Tony Robbins, and I spent good money over there. I've spent money with every program out there, event out there. But this material is what creates the quantum shift. It creates a permanent shift in your subconscious.
I completely agree. Like I say that often as well, Cliona, like there's nothing, everything I've done, and I've done the same as you, invested in programs, which were fantastic, by the way.
Yes.
But they were stepping stones to this.
Mm-hmm.
This is the work. This is
the
work to do. And I'm so blessed to do this with you.
And me too. I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful, because when we're together, magic happens. Me and you. Yes. And for those that are watching, when me and Chiara get together, it's like we just laugh all the time, right? Don't we? We just laugh and we're just in pure joy all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're not in the same country, and it's happening every time we connect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Cliona, thank you for sharing all of that. Was there anything else you wanted to say? I really wanted to give everyone, and I'm so glad I invited you to be on today. It was destined.
Mm-hmm.
And, thank you for sharing, because this is a really auspicious occasion for me.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. We are so on track. And for everyone here listening, there is something in this for you if you're here with us, hearing this story.
Yeah. I think there comes a point in your life where you just know there's more, and you just know, like I was so happy. I had my baby, I had the beautiful house, I had the lovely husband. I had all the check boxes were checked off because I created it. But there was this I wasn't fulfilled, and I had the calling, there's more. I'm supposed to be doing more. And, everything changed from that moment, Chiara. Everything has changed. And, to talk about the higher faculties, I didn't even know what that was. I didn't know we had higher faculties. What are they? Right?
Even with all the work I did before, I didn't know about them either, which is crazy. I mean, imagination, yes, because that's how I created everything that I created up until that point. But I certainly didn't know about the other faculties, really.
Yeah. I think just to go into them too, Chiara. So I love this. Bob always says this, but your imagination is no, let me turn it the other way. Intuition is God talking to us, or the universe talking to us, or infinite intelligence talking to us. Intuition is that voice from within, and imagination is us talking to God and putting in our order. Whoa. Like when you don't, that's how big this is.
Really take that in. Anyone watching, all of you watching, take that in. Intuition is God talking to us, and imagination is us talking to God, showing him, telling him what we want.
Mm-hmm. Or her, or whatever you
Or,
believe in.
well,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. The
So,
universe, source, whatever
yes.
is real for you is true for you. So yes, and intuition's perfect because today we're covering. I'd love us to speak about all the faculties. That's fine,
Okay.
but today was especially memory and intuition.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yes, intuition is, oh, they're all so powerful. I was going to say so powerful. They're all powerful.
Yeah. I think intuition is, for me, the most important higher faculty, just for me personally, because when I listen to my intuition, I always make the right decision. Always. It's when I don't listen to my intuition, is when I start listening to the reasoning mind and the conscious thinking logic mind. Like, I really believe that's the enemy. Like, that's our paradigm, the logic, the reasoning. Don't do this. Why should you do that? Well, what if this happens? That reasoning and conscious logical mind is always there, and your paradigm is always there to talk you out of what your intuition told you to do, right?
And
And so,
and how often do you hear people say, and I've said it in the past, no, not anymore, but like, just be logical.
yes,
Is
I
that
know.
logical? Is that a logical action to take? And now it's like, no, please don't be logical. That's the first thing
Please.
that you want to be doing, is be logical.
Yeah, yeah,
And this is why when I hear that, I just go, oh, wow,
yeah.
people need to know about these higher faculties, and that they have
Mhm.
them. They have them at their disposal. Everyone, we've been gifted that as human beings. No one else on the planet, no other creature on the planet houses the higher faculties. We have
Mhm.
them,
Yes. Yeah.
and we get to use them. We
Mhm.
must use them, really. I mean, I just think it's our duty to live our best life and utilize our higher faculties.
And it's our duty to develop our gifts and our talents, because you and I, we are given different gifts and talents, and whoever's watching this, you are good at something that I'm probably not great at. You have unique gifts and talents that you were given when your soul was put into that physical body. And your job is to develop those gifts and talents and give them away in the biggest, highest expression possible. And if you don't do it, you came to earth and you're taking, you're not giving. And that I feel really passionate about that, Chiara, because
Yeah.
when I figured that out, I'm like, oh my God, I'm hiding. I'm hiding. I was hiding myself, you know?
Yeah. I was doing the same. I was doing the same.
Yeah.
And it's self-worth, it's self-image. That's the
Mm-hmm.
other thing too, is, with thinking into results and the other programs that PGI offer, and that I run as a consultant. It's all about developing your self-image.
Yes.
It's all that. And inside of that, you're developing your higher faculties.
Yes. Yep.
You know, that's the magic of this material. And I love what you said about, you must develop your skills
Your
to
talents and your
offer it to
gifts.
the world,
Yeah.
because that's giving it, we talk about an impression of increase. It's giving increase to others.
Yeah.
You're giving increase to yourself and
Mm-hmm.
to others when you're
Yes.
developing your higher faculties.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
It's
do you
so
have to
good.
say about memory? What's your understanding of memory?
So memory is, obviously we can develop our memory and create the recollection of important maybe stop points in our life, memories. You know, it's up to you to develop your memory. Bob
And
has different tactics and, you know, little exercises that you can use to develop it.
mm,
Yeah. And
yeah,
also I think memory is important because as we grow on this journey, we need faith, right? And sometimes when we're lacking faith and we don't believe, well, what if this doesn't happen? Or what if I don't have enough faith or belief? You can always use your memory to look back and connect the dots. Like we just did now. We just
yeah,
used our memory
yeah,
to connect the dots. Like, wow, oh, we were on a call 2 years ago, same date, you know? So using our memory to connect the dots to build faith, right?
absolutely.
My faith just grew
Yeah, yeah,
even a little bit. I have massive faith anyways, but my faith just grew a little bit more because I used my memory with you and we remembered these stop points. And look how our lives have completely transformed.
yeah, 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 yeah. And and also I want to touch on the fact that no one has a bad memory. There's no such thing as a bad memory.
Mm-hmm.
There are weak memories. There's a weak memory,
Yes.
but you can develop it through this study. You can develop your memory to really power your ability up. And what my experience has been too, as I study that faculty, it actually sharpens all the other faculties. Sharpening
Mm.
each faculty sharpens the other faculties. So
Mm.
when I build, when I strengthen my memory, my experience is that my intuition gets stronger, and I
Yeah.
have a deeper faith and belief in my intuition. And when you're following your intuition as opposed to following a random thought,
Your
because you'll
paradigm.
feel it.
Yeah.
You'll feel it in your body.
Mm-hmm.
You'll know by the feeling. And I don't know about, I'm sure you've experienced it, Cliona, like more and more and more, I will be in the middle of doing something and I will intuit needing to take an action in that moment.
All the
And I will
time.
do it. I will do it in that moment.
Yeah.
No
It's
question.
called it's called it's a spiritual seed, and you must take inspired action right away. And when you get a download or an idea, and another way I know the difference, Chiara, between my intuition and my, let's say, my paradigm talking, my
Mhm.
logic, is I always say whatever I hear first is usually the right one. But I also say, okay, is this true? Is this of love? And will this move me towards my goal?
Mm. Yes.
Is it true? Is it of love? And will it move me towards my goal? And is it good for other people?
Will it
And then
benefit
if
the
it
whole?
will it benefit everyone else, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And then if it's yes, then that's my intuition.
Yes, great questions. Write those down, guys. It's beautiful, Cliona. Yes, yes, yes. And
Is it?
ask
Mhm.
yourself those questions, and you'll trust yourself more. You'll just know what your intuition is, and just take that inspired action. Truly take that inspired action. So intuition is phenomenal, and memory. There's a video with Bob where he speaks about ridiculous association with memory, and he does these
Yes.
memory exercises.
Yes.
They're fabulous, and they develop your memory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
And the other faculties we covered the other day, over the last couple of days, I started with reason and will. And the reason I did that was because, I wanted to have everyone think about what it is that they truly want. And then talked about the importance of will around focusing on only that, so as to bring it to life.
Yeah.
And yesterday I covered perception and imagination.
Beautiful.
And just developing a different point of view. You know, you need to be able to develop new points of view if you want new results. You need to see things differently to create new results. And then, of course, imagination, imagining how you want your life to be, imagining yourself. Like I often say to my clients, okay, I want you to write out your C-type goal every day with your non-dominant hand, and then read it out loud, and then close your eyes and see yourself as that man or woman you've become in manifesting that, and then step out into the world that day as that person.
Yeah.
And it's powerful when you do that.
Do you know who does it so amazing? Who does, and this is a guy you guys should study. Just look him up. You probably have heard of him anyways. Conor McGregor.
Yes.
Conor McGregor knows this work. That's how he got to where he is today. And he proudly says it was when he found the secret. And so he's been working with these laws for years. But study Conor McGregor. Study him. When he comes out on stage, he puts his jaw up and he walks like a king, right? The way he puts his body, his jaw, he walks as a king. And he has imagined himself as a king, and he's number one. And he lives this way. He visualizes what he's going to do in his fights. He embodies the newer higher self, his higher self, and he believes that's who he is. And therefore he became him. He was acting as this new Conor McGregor years ago. He was acting as him. He was imagining he was already him. He was embodying him, and now he is, one of the greatest fighters in the world, one of the most wealthiest in the world too. But I think he's very fascinating to watch because he knows these laws, and he's applied them through his life.
But like you said it right there. You have to step out as that person you're becoming. And in essence, we're already that person. We are already that.
Yes.
It's just living it and having every cell in the body know that, because of course the mind is in every cell of the body. And we've carried ourselves a certain way for so long, and it's like, well, no, this is what I want. This is who I want to be. This is who I'm becoming. So it takes stepping out anew and living that, and everything changes. So much of what I do has changed, and what I did has changed. There are things I don't do anymore. There are things I don't eat anymore. There are just, it's like I'm a different person. I shop at different places now. It's like,
who is she?
Unbelievable. And because I'm worthy. I know what I want, and I know who I am. But even though I say I know who I am, I haven't even scratched the surface yet of what more is possible for all of us. As long as we're here in human form, there's always more. And that's the work. This work has you really know that.
I think we smile so much. I mean, I smile now all the time because I love myself. Like, I love me. I'm not afraid, and I'll stand on top of the mountain and I'll scream it out. I love me. Right? And I have my own theories now, studying this, really, really going deep with this material. I'm just going to say, like, I believe that we are a soul in a physical body. And many of us, 95% of the world, is walking around asleep. Their soul is asleep. And it's clouded. And the reason why they're clouded, and I was too, and you were too,
Yeah.
is because of the programming in the subconscious mind from childhood. All this conditioning, all these limiting beliefs around money, around not being worthy, not being enough, just went straight into our subconscious.
Yeah.
And then as adults, when life isn't turning out the way it should be, and we're not wealthy and we're not healthy and happy, we say, what's wrong? What happened? These studies, there's only two ways to shift your paradigm. One is an emotional impact. Something bad happens to us usually. You
Yeah.
lose a loved one, or you're in a car accident, then you might have a paradigm shift and you'll completely change the way you think, the way you behave. You'll take bigger risks. Sometimes that happens. The second way to shift your paradigm is through repetition of study, coaching, and auto-suggestion. And that's what you teach, that's what I teach. And so that's the second way to shift your paradigm, which is your subconscious program that's kept your soul asleep. Right? That's my understanding of all of this. And what we're doing and what we're teaching, we're chipping away all the junk in the subconscious and putting in the new.
Yeah.
I'm not worthy. I am worthy.
Yes.
I'm not beautiful. Oh, I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
I have no money. I'm afraid. Oh, I'm wealthy. And we're just creating this new model.
You know, yes, all of that. I agree 100%. That is how we get to really embody who we're meant to be. And a big part of that, and I'm only talking about this now because I spoke with a client yesterday, and she said, well, her words were, I can't believe it took me this long to do thinking into results.
Yeah, most
And
people.
what she got to was that, you only go so far, and all of these free videos and, all the information that Bob Proctor and others offer online and we do online, like everything we
Yeah,
offer is a blessing.
yeah,
And it will only get you so far. I know for
yeah,
years I was always, watching things for free, and it helped a lot.
yeah,
However, every time I invested in my growth, I took a quantum leap, because when you
yeah,
invest and you work with a mentor or a coach, same thing, you're telling the universe, you're letting
mm-hmm.
the higher power know that you're serious. I'm serious. I want to be the best version of myself. And the most beautiful part is that when you invest in yourself, more comes,
Of
because you're
course.
letting the universe, source, God, whoever your higher power is, know that you're worthy and that you want more. And there's always more available when you invest, always. And so, this is what she got for herself, is like, I really get the power of paying for mentorship and paying to study, because I'm studying and this is working,
Yeah.
really working.
And the other thing it does as well is, and I used to shop at the clearance section. Like I I told the story the other day, but looking back at my old behavior, I used to go to the sales section always on the website, what's on sale. I would go to the store. I didn't even go to like the full brand store. I would go to like TJ Maxx, or there's nothing wrong with those stores, but I didn't realize what I was doing. I was telling my self-image again, oh, I'm not worth that. I'm not worth the full price dress. Let's go to the clearance section. So every time I did that, I was chipping away at my self-image again. I did not know what I was doing because I was operating from scarcity. I was operating from lack. I grew up in Northern Ireland. We didn't have very much money. Everybody was scared to spend money, right? So I had a strong money paradigm, very strong money paradigm. So then when I learned these laws and I learned how money really works, now when I pay for something, Chiara, like let's say I'm writing a check for even the gardener. We have a huge yard. You've seen my house.
Yeah.
We have like 9 acres, right? And the gardener comes around in these machines and he does a beautiful job. There's a whole crew that come to do the garden. And it's a big check in comparison to most people's lawn, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I used to like begrudge the check, be like, oh, I don't want to write this check. Why is he charging so much? Right? I didn't know what I was doing. I was sending that out to the universe. I was sending out that negative vibration, begrudging, scarcity. It'll never come back. I don't want to write this check. And then when I found out how money really works and how these laws were, now I write a check and I say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I thank you to everything I spend money on. Thank you,
Yes.
thank you, thank you. Because
Yes.
I have faith it's coming back. I know
Yes.
it's coming back.
That's how money works. And that's, look, I didn't catch on to the whole money paradigm and how to let that go as fast as you did. I only really did it maybe a couple of years ago when I got into this work.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you had a money paradigm. I remember.
It was huge. And now it's gone because
Woohoo!
this work has had me raise my level of self-image, know that I'm worth it. And I also know the importance of giving and receiving. And when I pay, I'm like you, when I pay a bill and I pay them on time, I don't not pay them on time, because that's also, you're not offering the impression of increase to someone else. You're not respecting someone else's services. And what does that say for you? And what goes around comes around, right? So
yeah, it's a boomerang.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm very grateful for everything that I purchase, for everyone that I hire, for the work that I pay for study, whatever it is. I'm just grateful, and that's a beautiful big shift to have. So if anyone's listening on this call and you've got a scarcity mindset, just understand that you've just got to, it just takes shifting your level of self-image, understanding you're worthy, and, really understanding the importance of paying for services for people, and, valuing other people's services. And then people will value you as well. Like it's a full circle. It's all vibrational. So whatever you give out comes back.
It's a boomerang. Your words, if you talk about someone, someone's going to talk about you.
Oh.
Right? If you judge someone, someone's going to judge you.
Well, I was talking yesterday about perception. Perception. Change your point of view about somebody, and they can change in front of you, like just straight up. They can change miraculously because you've changed your perception of someone, regardless of how they've been before. It's like, no, I'm going to love them, and I'm going to see them as God sees them.
Yeah.
And that's the key. And then suddenly, magic happens, and they shift before your very eyes. I've had that happen time and time again.
Amazing.
What did you want to read? You've got something there.
Yeah, I was going to read this. It just made me, actually, I opened up exactly at that page. So,
of course you did.
Man or woman receives only that which he gives. Look at the page I opened at.
This is the alignment I'm talking about.
I literally opened it at that page. Man receives only that which he gives. The game of life is a game of boomerangs. Man's or woman's thoughts, deeds, and words return to him sooner or later with astounding accuracy. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. There you go.
It's so beautiful. Megan's joined us as well. Hello, darling. She says, hello, beautiful ladies. Megan, you need
Hi.
to go back. You need to go back and watch what we said before around our anniversary today.
Yes.
You go back and watch that later. Thanks, sweetheart.
It's amazing.
How are we going for time? I could talk to you for hours. We're
I
about 2
know.
minutes off. So so I'm going to offer a bonus session for everybody tomorrow. Cliona, I don't know if you need to get off now. I'm not sure. You can stay till the end. It's completely up to you. I've just so loved having you come on today, and it was divine. You were meant to because of our anniversary today, which we were not aware of consciously until this call.
Yes. Yeah. It's so beautiful. And I did not know it was 2 years to the date that we went on this journey with Bob. Yeah, so I'll let you finish up your call. I hope that anything I said or what we said resonated with some of you. And, if you're on the fence of, working with Chiara and getting into the material that's completely transformed our life, I would encourage you to just push through the terror barrier and take a leap of faith, because honestly, there's no better life than this. There's no better way to live. And you will become your truest, highest self. Finally free to be you. And I mean, I wish I could just package this and show you what it's like on the other side. So if you're on the fence, reach out. Chiara is one of the best. My sons just came in.
You can feel me.
Yes. You're one of the greatest consultants in the world. She's my friend. She's been my mentor too, in many ways. When I started on my journey, Chiara has helped me through so much. She knows these laws. She knows them better than most. And that's the truth. So get in touch with her and start the journey with us and with thinking into results. And thank you so much for having me, Chiara.
I love you, baby. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. I love you.
Give those boys a big hug. I love you. Talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. Wasn't that delicious? Oh my goodness. So today marks the day that Cliona and I joined PGI as consultants. We did not know that until we got on this call today. We spoke about and shared our story, and today's the day. 2 years ago, we invested in the Proctor Gallagher Institute to become consultants. So very auspicious, very aligned. There's such synchronicity in this, and I'm just speaking to all of you, whether you've joined me live or catching up on this. Please, if you're watching this and you took part in the other 2 days, invite others who you know to this group. Really give them an impression of increase their life by inviting them to this group to learn about the higher faculties and to be privy to what I'm offering out of being in this group, part of this masterclass this week. So I am doing a bonus session tomorrow. We will be covering off all 6 higher faculties tomorrow. So today we did the final 2, memory and intuition with Cliona. But I will be covering up all 6 tomorrow, and I will be sharing with you what I'm offering when it comes to a program called Magic in Your Mind. That is a deep study on each of those faculties. And I'm offering for you to do it with me over 8 weeks. Now, as Cliona and I mentioned, there's power in investing in having a mentor. And the price I'm going to offer it to you for is very little when it comes to working with me for 8 weeks. And we will be intensively studying these faculties together over 8 weeks. So I'll offer that to you tomorrow. If you're interested in thinking into results, which is a 6-month course studying 12 modules, and all of the higher faculties come into that study. Some of you in this group are already my clients, and some of you have been thinking about it. Make a decision. Make a decision to jump in. And just contact me and we can talk about what I'm offering for thinking into results as well. But just know that there's a special offer for everyone in this group. So, but tomorrow I will be doing a bonus session. We will be covering off all 6 faculties. Please, between now and tomorrow, I want you to look at all the faculties: imagination, will, reason, perception, memory, and intuition. And I want you to really look at what those faculties do in and around what it is that you're wanting for your life. Are you focused on your goal and what you're wanting? Are you imagining yourself as that person you're becoming, like you've already manifested it? Are you seeing things anew? Are you offering a different point of view in that area? Because you can only achieve something new by changing your point of view around something. Are you developing your memory? Are you trusting your intuition and taking inspired actions? We will be covering off all 6 tomorrow. So please join me tomorrow at 10:30. Thank you so much for joining Cliona and I today on our anniversary. It truly is special that, intuitively I knew to ask her to come in today and join me so that she could share her wisdom with all of you. And it just so happens that we've been with PGI 2 years today. There's no coincidence. That is so special. And you are all part of this alignment. If you haven't yet worked with me, I want you to consider that this today is a sign. And I don't say that lightly. So I love you. I want you to just continue focusing on what it is that you want. And the other thing that I want you to do today, between now and tomorrow, and start from today, is writing out that goal with your non-dominant hand. That activates the other hemisphere of your brain and you'll start to take new actions. It's scientifically proven that writing with your non-dominant hand, writing out your goal, powers you up in that area. So start to do that if you're not already doing it. I will see you tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for being with us today. Love you. Bye for now.